All right, let's get this party started.
I am excited about today's wake-up call, but you know what? I'm excited about every day's wake-up call, and I am so glad you all are here with us. It is Tuesday morning, and I am so thankful to start my day off this way every single day, Monday through Friday at 8:15 Central, 9:15 Eastern Time, and it's something we do as a whole family, and we're all sitting here. And we're all listening to these wake-up calls every day. And I love that I can involve my kiddos because I think personal growth is such a huge thing. And I'm glad that they get to experience this call with us as well. So don't keep this call to yourself. Share it with your friends. Share it with your family. And we hope that you are enjoying this every single day. So we are on chapter number 45. Can you guys believe it? We're on chapter 45 of The Little Things Matter, 100 Ways to Improve Your Life Today by W. Todd Smith. And this is a book that we're reading out of, and then we're going to give you our perspective on it. And I just was kind of flabbergasted that we're already on day number 45. 45 days of personal growth has already been downloaded in your brain and in your hearts for those of you that have been joining every day. And so today's title is Learn to Enjoy What You Don't Enjoy. Oh my, by that title, this is going to be a very good one. He says, everything in life is not fun. Everything in life is not interesting. We are always faced with things that we have to do even though we don't want to do them. It might be paying bills, working on a project with uncooperative coworkers, prospecting for new business, cleaning the house, or attending a social event with your spouse. The question is this: do you take on these tasks with a good or bad attitude? I see and talk to people almost every day who are clearly doing things that they don't enjoy. Next time you are out, observe the teller at the bank, the checkout person at the grocery store, or the guy repairing something at your house. Do they appear to be happy doing what they are doing, or are they distinctly telegraphing their displeasure? How can you tell the difference? Notice their body language. Watch the expression on their faces. Listen to the tone of their voices and the vocabulary that they use. The other day, I was at a restaurant, and the server was clearly having a bad day. Her unpleasant attitude was apparent in the way we were greeted, by the snarl on her face when she took our order, and by the unkind way she interacted with other servers. Let's take a look at the two options that were available to the server to determine which one makes more sense. Option number one, she could have a bad attitude, take our order, bring us our food, get a bad tip, and feel worse. Option two, she could control her negative feelings, take our order, bring us our food, get a good tip, and feel better. Regardless of her choice, she was going to have to take our order and bring us our food. Whatever was bothering her wasn't going to go away with her downbeat disposition, nor were dollars going to start falling from the sky to brighten her day. Wouldn't that be nice, though? There is no upside to be gained from having a bad attitude. Here is one of my life's philosophies. Whatever you have to do, do it with an upbeat attitude. If it's something that you don't enjoy doing and you don't have the opportunity to change it, find a way to do it with a pleasant attitude. Now he says tips to enjoying the things you don't enjoy. Think positively. If you consistently say to yourself that you don't like to do something, you won't. Your brain will register this attitude and remind you of it the next time you are in a similar situation. Guard your thoughts and make sure you don't allow them to become negative. Be creative and challenge yourself to look for the good in the things you don't enjoy. Learn from the experience. If you think positively, there's a good chance something can be learned from the very thing you thought you didn't enjoy. Even if the only thing you learn is that you can do things you don't like with a good attitude, you will have learned one of life's most valuable lessons. Focus on the benefits. When you make the decision to enjoy the things you don't enjoy, you will be happier. You'll feel better about yourself, and people's respect for you will grow. Always keep in mind there is no benefit that comes from doing things with a bad attitude. He challenges us today to take a few minutes and identify the things you don't enjoy doing. Be candid with yourself. Do you think others can sense you don't enjoy doing them? How might your attitude be affecting people's view of you? If you're going to do something, find a way to enjoy doing it. If you sense a bad attitude is starting to brew, remind yourself that you are in control and the choice you make affects you and everyone around you. Excuse me.
All right. You okay? All right. Well, one thing that came to mind for me as we were going through this and as Holly was reading it was just a verse, and so I looked it up real quick. It's in Colossians. It says, "And whatever you do, do it heartily as to the Lord and not to men, knowing that from the Lord you will receive the reward of the inheritance, for you serve the Lord Jesus Christ." And so just, it always kind of is just like everything else every day, and, the little things, but the little things really are the big things. And it's such he used so many different examples, if you have a bad attitude of not being approachable, and, people won't want to be around you when you have a good attitude. But I think, one thing that I was thinking about, just anyone that's successful, I think in anything at life, you love what you do, and there's a lot to be said for that, but it's not always the case that you want to do those things. And so, I had someone, ask me, it wasn't that long ago here, I love to work out, it's kind of on my heart because the boys and I, Holly, we compete in powerlifting, and so we were recognized as being nominated for Family of the Year in the Federation, and the boys have been nominated for different categories to be Athlete of the Year, and myself as well. But someone asked, said, "Hey, what about, I'd like to do that." And they said, "How long have you been consistent?" And I was sharing with them that, 30 years, and they said, "No, 3 to 5 days a week." And I said, "Yeah, 30 years. But then the next thing was, they said, "Well, it must be easy for you because you like it." And the thing that I said, "No, really, honestly, probably 85% of the time, I don't want to do it. In the summertime, when the family's all by the pool, I don't want to go out and take away time from the family and work out. When it's cold like it is here in Ohio now, the last few weeks I've been 0 degrees and 14 degrees, and and there's no heat out in the gym. So do I want to do that? Absolutely not. But at the end of the day, I think you have to crave the results. And so I want to be healthy. I'm 50, about to turn 51. I want to, be healthy for for the family. I want to be around to spend time with Holly. I want to be around to be able to, play with the boys. Right, Charlie is 10, and so I've 8 more years till he's 18, and I want to be able to be playing with him and be able to be an active, present dad in his life. And so there's so many things we have to crave the results. And so the most important thing is not doing it when you feel like it. It's easy to do it when kind of things are all great and you feel like it, whether it's working out or whatever it is. Sometimes it's just whatever it is, open up your Bible, just, investing in relationships, right? Investing in your marriage, investing in your business. It's not so important doing it the times when you feel like it. It's important to do it, and the rubber meets the road, the times when you don't feel like it, because that's how you form habits, and that's how you form the positive response. Because what I do know is, in every single one of those times, 100% of the time that you do those things, whether it's working out or whatever it is, you feel better. And personally, I always feel better once I get it done. And the last thing I'll say before I turn it back over to Holly, and it really is relative to kind of what we do. Always tell the boys there's only 2 things that you got to bring to the gym when we work out. That's a good attitude and a good work ethic, right? And so you can't do your best with a bad attitude. It is absolutely impossible for you to give your best effort with a bad attitude. And so it all starts with kind of those little things and doing it even when you don't feel like it. So I'll turn over to Holly and see what you've got.
Absolutely. Such a good word, Jamie. And, I've watched Jamie live this out and, for 30 years of his life. And it's always amazing to me when the people, will say, oh, yeah, I want to do that, want to do what you're doing. But oftentimes when he shares with them what that will consist of, it's almost like they're in disbelief and they just kind of want an easy way out. And, they just assume that, he just loves every single time he's out there working out at the gym. And I will tell you that's absolutely not the truth. In fact, oftentimes, I will definitely have to just be a massive encourager and say, you need to get out there. You have goals. You have things you want to accomplish. And, in my heart, of course, I'd rather have him stay, with us and be with us, whatever we're doing at the time. But I also know that at the end of the day, you have to have someone, and I hope that you all do in your life, that is going to encourage you to do those things that you don't enjoy, and to, help them, move forward towards their goals. And when I was thinking about this chapter, so many things were running through my mind because I've been a stay-at-home mom now for, 19 years. And before I had James, I was a teacher. And when James was born, we decided to make the decision to stay home. And so been a stay-at-home mom for 19 years. And we also decided to homeschool. And so being a stay-at-home mom, homeschooling, and then, running our own business from home, we're home all the time together. And I'm bringing that up because that includes lots of loads of laundry. That also includes lots of meals. If you've met my family, they are big boys, big, strong boys. And lots of home-cooked meals, lots of, not every time I'm enjoying doing loads and loads of laundry and fixing loads and loads of meals. And, when the kids were younger, wiping loads and loads of butts, to be honest. I mean, as a stay-at-home mom, and you're not going to win an award for that, and that was never the expectation. But what I found myself doing was a lot of grumbling and complaining, kind of like the Israelites of the Old Testament, right? I was just grumbling and complaining, and it just was like, oh, I got to do this laundry again. Oh, my gosh, I got to make another meal. What do you mean you want another snack? And, and throw homeschool into the mix. And one day I just flipped my script. And I said, you know what? I'm going to take this time when I'm folding laundry, instead of complaining about it, I'm going to start praying. And I'm going to start praying that I have these beautiful little boys in my life that they're able to wear these clothes. We have money to buy these clothes. We have, a dryer and a washer that work, that I can actually, wash and dry my clothes. I started thinking about my grandmother who didn't have a washer and dryer, and even my mom, up until the time she was 16 years old, they had an outhouse at their house that they had to use. And I just started to think about all these little things, and I would just pray over when I would grab James's little shirt to fold. I would just pray over James and, pray over his life and his future and what kind of man God was going to create out of him. And I just started to get into these grateful, moods, and my attitude started to change when I was doing the dishes. I would, we've never owned a dishwasher, and a lot of people laugh at, oh my gosh, why don't you guys buy a dishwasher? And my response is very simple, because as I am physically doing the dishes, or Jamie, I mean, we both do equal amount of chores here at the house. We all four do, but I have the opportunity to pray while I'm doing those dishes. And, I'll be honest, it sounds all great and good, but lots of times I'll be standing at my sink and I'll be crying, and maybe I'm upset with Jamie, or maybe I'm upset with the boys, but I'll grab that dish that they use to eat that meal off of, and, man, I'll be scrubbing that sucker, and I might be angry, but I'm just praying, thank you that we have running water. Thank you for the soap we use for these dishes. Thank you for the little boy that ate off of this plate today, although he's driving me insane. And so it's all about perspective, and I learned to do that with the things I really didn't enjoy. I mean, I don't enjoy doing dishes. I don't enjoy doing laundry. I don't enjoy sweeping my house or dusting, the nooks and crannies. But I learned during that time, again, to flip my script and just start praying over the things, even when we were writing the bills, and I'm writing the bills, and I'm just praying, thank you that we have, provision, and thank you that I'm able to write this bill for this house I live in and the electricity that we use. And so it's just all about a mindset. And so the last thing I want to leave you with is he says, for every unpleasant situation you face, it's your choice how you respond. You can choose to make the best of it or let it get the best of you. And I hope everyone on here today, I hope that you will choose to make the best of it. Not always easy, but again, definitely you don't want to go through life with a bad attitude. It doesn't serve anyone. It definitely will not serve you. So we love you all. God bless you. We'll open up the lines and unmute.
All right.